Now, let's move away from that. And Kiharu Member of Parliament, Ndindi Nyoro, is currently addressing the press on the ongoing fuel saga. Let's cross over and listen in.
To deal with the crisis of fuel that is imminent from the mid of this month. We have seen government officials giving some details, some of which definitely are underwhelming. And especially when it comes to the issue of reserves that Kenya has in terms of fuel. I saw one of the government officials talking with confidence that Kenya has a 16-day reserve of fuel. That is among the lowest in the world. And we should be talking about how to make that better, and especially around this time when there is a clear imminent crisis as we move towards the mid of April. Many other countries have much more oil reserves. A country like China, we are talking about 45 months of oil reserves that they can survive for around 4 or so years without importing a barrel of oil. And therefore, this crisis has also taken off the veil to see how unprepared we are as a country when it comes to energy security. And I believe that those who are in the decision-making in government will do what is right for the country in terms of being more prepared to deal with this issue. But the major thing that I also have to highlight, we must have seen yesterday and the other day some of the officials dealing with the departments and agencies within the oil sector in Kenya being arrested. And Kenyans need to know that those arrests and the circus around it is not a Kenyan fight. It's a fight among elites. It is a fight among who eats what. The issue of arrests of the EPRA CEO and the Kenya Pipeline and the PS for energy, and especially the petroleum part, it has very little to do with the welfare of Kenyans. It has everything to do with watu wadogo wamekula chakula ya mzee. And Kenyans need to know this clearly so that we remove the veil out of whatever it is happening in our fuel sector. The second thing is that, as Kenyans are aware, there is a program called G2G. G2G is basically a business. And it has been since it started. And it is a business entrenched in patronage. It is a business done by the same people in government. And that is why you realize the same company handling G2G, 75% of the fuel that comes into Kenya, it is the same company that is dealing with exploiting our Turkana oil. It is not a coincidence. It is because G2G, the way it was fashioned, is a cabal of patronage. And it has percolated from downstream to midstream to upstream now. And that is why it is the same people who are exploiting our fuel resources in Turkana, and of course, by taking advantage of our country and by misusing power. It is very insensitive that when other countries are dealing on how to alleviate the matter and to deal with the issue of fuel supplies and prices to benefit their citizens, that in Kenya, the leadership is taking this crisis as a way of entrenching their same personal interests in the fuel sector. As I said when I was starting, the people who are arrested has nothing to do with Kenyans, normal Kenyans. They have everything to do with doing a business that is a domain of the people higher than them in the pecking order of the executive. And it is even more selfish that the same cabal dealing with G2G, and now they are exploiting the fuel resources in Turkana personally to benefit persons who wield power in Kenya. Unashamedly, they have brought a bill before Parliament now to make the same company benefit by giving them asset status, that their operations will now be at a special economic zone. They will not be going to be paying taxes. And I'm asking the people in government, can't enough be enough, my friends? How can we seek to benefit in a crisis to entrench business interests at a time where other countries are dealing with this kind of crisis to manage their economies? Here we are busy managing our personal interests and entrenching them. That, for avoidance of doubt, the company that deals with G2G and handles 75% of the volumes is the same company that is dealing with exploiting our Turkana oil resources. And whatever you see as the owners of those companies, I think now Kenyans are much more aware that we need to remove the veil from the people who purport to be the owners. The owners are the same people who you see on TVs every day. I think it is now time for the leadership of this country to tame their greed and to direct energy and whatever energy there is into dealing with this crisis. And I'm proposing 3 things, and I've been proposing them. And we must not wait, because waiting is showing how unprepared we are. Our country, as you are all aware, reviews the oil prices in the middle of the month. The people in government should be busy. They should actually not have broken for Easter holiday. They should be busy dealing with 3 things. 1, allocating enough resources for subsidies. Because Kenyans are not going to shoulder the disruption in oil prices if the government will not be doing something about it. Number 1 thing is to provide enough resources for subsidies.
Kiharu, Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro, speaking there on the fuel shortage crisis that we are